Alright guys, so this is Black Myth Wukong running on RTX 5090 at over 200 frames. Now, I'm going to have to apply some VSync here because otherwise motion and image quality is just going to take a hit. Like, this game is not very well optimized and doesn't run very well at incredibly high refresh rates, especially on my monitor that it does cap out 165 hertz. So, but the point is, you can absolutely run this game with the brand new DLSS4 with the transformer model at this sort of frame rate. I've got to remember how to actually play this game, to be honest. So we've got some crazy frame rates. Now, you can ignore the 1% lows, as I say in every video, because obviously we're using FrameGen to achieve this, and I will show you the settings once I destroy this guy. There we go. So let us look at the settings so you can see what we're actually running this game on. Now, naturally, in display, we're at 4K, borderless. There is windowed or borderless, so there's no full screen. Frame rate cap's off, VSync is off, motion blur is off because I just don't like it. We've got DLSS at 56%, which is balanced mode that I was just testing out. We can obviously go down to performance as well, which we'll show you in a second. 4x FrameGen, full ray tracing on, all the cinematic highest possible settings. This is the max. Now, I do want to quickly say there is a bug at the moment where the language setting does not affect these. Like, it's still showing in whatever language this is, and yeah, I can't really see what I'm actually looking at. But let's go down to DLSS performance, which I actually think, is it technically it's anything in this category. I think this might be 48, I believe. So we can go down to DLSS performance. Now, let me just grab this chest, you know, because I need to make sure I do. So again, ignore the 1% lows. Hello. And you can see if you've got a 4K 240 hertz display, even at this frame rate, you can enjoy the experience very well. In fact, it's not even close. So that's pretty impressive. Now let's skip through this section for a second. I will also show you native resolution because obviously that's very important. So let's change now and let's do some more like crazy stuff. Let's go to display. Let's turn this to 100%. So that will be DLAA. And then we turn this to off, I'm assuming, maybe. I don't know what this actually says. It's kind of crazy. I'm not really sure. We can try that and just see if the performance is terrible, we know we're running natively. There we go. We're definitely running natively. So this is native performance. And we've got a whopping 30 FPS on a 5090. So, you know, this is what you know, it's just modern gaming nowadays. It's pretty crazy. Like, I did actually have someone comment on a video recently that I've made saying, without AI, this card would be terrible. And I kind of, my reply back was like, well, I agree, but you could say the same. Without VRAM, this card would be terrible. Without multiple things inside this card, it'd be terrible. But the point is, it still uses AI tensor cores and has a significant number of them to produce what it's producing on screen. So I don't understand. I still don't personally get this mentality. Let's try this option as well. Because I don't know what it says, but I don't personally really understand this mentality. This could also be like native or a different type of upscale. I'm not sure. You guys will maybe Google it or something and figure it out. I do not want to play at this frame rate though. This is absolutely insane. Like, this is such horrible performance. So let's try some other stuff. But I don't understand that there's such strong hate around, like, what happens if we do 4x FrameGen at native quality? Let's try that and see what the input delay is actually like. But yeah, I don't really understand the massive amount of hate that appears to be on frame generation. Like, to me, it's one of the greatest features. Like, it literally brings my my games up to a monitor's refresh rate that I'm more than happy with. Like, the fact that I can play this game if I had a 4K 240 hertz monitor, I can actually play this game at 4K with DLSS, obviously, and get those crazy high frame rates. Like, I'm just not really understanding how people complaining about that. Like, I don't get it at all. Like, I don't care what we use to get to these levels of performance. As long as we get to these levels of performance, it just doesn't bother me. So the input delay is like not that bad, to be honest. Like, in terms of how I'm feeling it, it's really not an issue at all. So, but I wouldn't want to play like this. So let's just check out what happens if we go back to display and we turn off, let's turn off FrameGen, and let's bring this down to DLSS quality. what are we getting with something like DLSS quality? Okay, so that's pretty poor. Considering that's running DLSS quality, that's not very good. And I mean, I shouldn't maybe have brought that up in this video because I think this is a really bad example. Oh no, because this game doesn't run very well. It's just not very well optimized. So you need to actually be above this, ideally, for frame gen. That's what personally I would like to be at. Is something higher than this. But God, my God, does this game look fantastic. Look how sharp everything is. It's absolutely insane how good this game looks. All right, let's go back to settings. Let's get this running at a state that I would consider usable. So I think something like balanced might be best. If we can get close to that 60 frames, or just most of the time stay above it, that would be a nice thing to do. Okay, we can't go down there. I've got to say, this still looks really good. And we are mostly above 60 frames in the majority of cases. A few drops below, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. Oh dear. We've got a big enemy, guys. I think we're going to probably die here. It's been a while since I played this game. Oh, I was thinking... Oh my God, that was a big stutter. You see that? That's what we want to avoid. Okay. I'm maybe going to save performance. Very nice. All right. I forgot how good this game was, guys. It's absolutely amazing, by the way. Okay, I'm really good at this game, as you can see. I used to be fair. I mean, I beat the last boss pretty well. And that was actually really hard. Okay. Oh! Okay, I may have just got absolutely obliterated. Oh, no, that's supposed to happen. Oh, I've actually gone the right direction. This is part of the game. Okay, I thought I'd actually skipped a whole segment, to be honest, but I didn't. Never mind. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we can freeze, which is nice. It's a good ability to have, for sure. Oh, I can't charge that yet. I forgot you can't charge that this early in the game. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. And eliminate him. Perfect. Alright, so I'm still not happy with this performance. So we need to make this go down even further to DLSS performance, ideally. So let's do that. And let's reset our 1% lows. Obviously, we're not using any frame gen, so these should report relatively accurately. And it still looks good. It's definitely more hazy and fuzzy. But it still looks very good. It's more in movement. I thought that was a stutter then. I was going to be like real mad. This game does stutter like that. It is still prone to some issues. So yeah, you got to kind of expect that from this game. Not, well, you shouldn't expect it for any game, to be honest. But what I'm trying to say is expect it because it's there. So yeah, it's pretty poor. But at the end of the day, like, it still plays really well. Like, actually, I think it's improved since I last looked at it. There was a stutter there, but it has definitely improved since I last checked out this game. All right, let's get rid of these guys. So what I would do from here is I would absolutely use a form of frame generation from this point. For me, I have, like, when I'm playing these games, I'm playing on a 4K... wow, I didn't mean to do that. But I'm playing on a 4K 120Hz OLED panel, so... For me, where I would be at right now is 2 times frame gen. That's what I would personally be using. So we go to graphics, we can bump this up to 2 times frame gen. Let's apply that. And again, ignore our 1% lows. But yes, there we go. We've got that magical number of just below 120 frames, which I like to be just below. And I would VSync that to my monitor's refresh rate. And I've got to say, it feels so good. And this is what I don't understand about people heavily criticizing frame gen, because this is just giving me an experience without me. I say some people on a YouTube video like, oh, you know, I can see that lamppost is slightly smeared, like for an extra frame or whatever. I'm like, how are you even seeing that? When I'm actually playing a game, I'm not spotting this kind of stuff. I'm just playing the goddamn game, man. Like, I don't know. I just don't get it. So for me, like, this is absolutely insane. The fact that I've got this performance just doubled. The stutters aren't nice, and obviously they're not going to go away, and I'm obviously not advocating for those. I hate those. I think it's awful, but I really like frame gen. I'm never going to turn around and say that a feature that they've given us that basically doubles, triples, or quadruples in some cases our performance, I am never going to sit here and say that is a bad feature for something, because that's just stupid at this point. You're just like, oh, it's AI, I'm not going to use it. Oh, come on. Like, what are you doing? You're literally talking about a feature that, if you don't think about it as AI, then if you don't want to think about it that way, you're taking a feature that gives us around 70 frames per second, and now if I go to 4 times, gives us 250. Like, how, in what world are you actually complaining that that is an issue? Like, it baffles me that that is something people complain about personally. It's crazy to me. You can take a 70 frames experience to a 4K 70 frames with DLSS, obviously, to a 4K 200 plus FPS experience with if you've got a 240 hertz monitor. Like, I don't know what you're complaining about. I do want to try doing DLSS quality to see if I feel any sort of like stutters or anything like that. I think we go 70%. What is classed as quality? I think 65 is technically quality, and I want to see that if we go to 2 times frame gen, what sort of like performance are we getting at that? Because I just don't think that's necessarily going to be enough for me to be happy with in terms of how it feels as well. Let's rest and do that. Ooh, we've got, what's this? Okay, we've got some upgrades, which I'm going to leave for now. I'll probably do a whole new playthrough of this game anyway. Why is my Google AI going off? Okay, so yeah, DLSS quality, I just don't think it's enough. I think maybe balanced could be okay. So if we go to balanced at like 50%, oh, that's performance. Okay, balance is 55%, because 60, yeah, I mean maybe 60 even. See if we can get, yeah, that's closer to where I'd be happy with. Let's try this. Let's try this. Okay, I'd play it like this. It looks a little bit more stable image quality wise, like we've got a little bit less like blurriness when panning the camera and stuff in terms of the actual upscaling aspect, because the upscaler is what was doing that. It was fine in quality, not great in performance, but we're sort of okay in balance mode, so that's a pretty good kind of like midpoint to be at. So I've got to say, that's pretty decent. So I would be happy playing it like this. Maybe I'd go to performance if it gets bad in terms of like quality and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Let's freeze this guy, get a charge heavy on him. Bang, big damage. And big damage. All right. This game feels so... I forget how fluid this game feels, man. I really hope that like Wukong that comes out, well, literally probably before you actually see this video, because I have so many pre-recorded that I'm trying to crack through as many of these games as I can to give you guys all these different gameplay, like, you know, showing off what the card can do and stuff. So I'm really hoping that Wukong is like this. If it is, I'm going to be happy, and if not, it's disappointing, but you guys would have already seen it already. So anyway, I think we'll end the video there. Please consider liking and subscribing if you are new to this channel. Yeah, let me know what other games you'd like to see down in the comments below. I'm always interested to hear what games you'd like me to test, and I'll add them to my list. So thank you for watching, and bye-bye for now.